Yet another staged ritual to create controversy between the East and the West leading up to World War III that was planned and predicted by Albert Pike in the 1800s. They know that's coming, and so they're going to push out stories like this by the numbers in order to drum up that controversy. Today's date is the 17th. By the way, space equals 17, so expect some space news today, in all likelihood. It's also, but not this story, but it's also the 107th day of the year, so 17 and 17 again. So we're going to expect this to be important in the article. So when you look at this fella's name, and heaven help us on how you pronounce something like that, I ain't even gonna try. And what's the first thing you see here once you paste it in? Well, it's 170 and 71. 107th day of the year, 17th. So then what this article is actually about is just telling you that they teach you how to beat your wives over there and all that. It's probably somewhat true, although this is probably a ritual in order being used by the media to drum up controversy. They do actually teach that kind of stuff over there. But this is about Qatar, about the country Qatar, okay, and how to beat your wives. So let's just go ahead and explore some of that a little bit here. So I see that a Qatari person is 42 in reverse full reduction. And the story is about how to beat your wives, which is 24 in full reduction, which is just the mirroring of 42. And that's just a common number in general, see, because female is 42 and 24, So this is a common number too. Coded with ladies, feminine, 42 over there in reverse full reduction. And most importantly, what this whole thing is, it's a Saturn ritual, 42 and 21 in full reduction like lady. No, I didn't keep lady. Let's put that back down there. So 21 and 21 for that. Now they said that you need to. Now this is interesting. That if you've watched Zachary Hubbard's videos, whenever you see a word in quotations like this, what you're supposed to do is copy it, paste it into Gematria.com calculator, because there's a reason that it's in quotes. So hit that down there, and then what I noticed is that this article is. Let's see, it's from the Sun, see? So you punch in the Sun and check this out. What do you get? It's the same in 3 ciphers. That's how you know this is just contrived nonsense. That even though they may do stuff like this, why are they pushing it? Why are they trying to get this in the public eye? It's just to drum up hatred for this side of the world and them against us and us against them, leading up to World War III. It's their whole goal. Create a bunch of hatred and anger and frustration and all that kind of stuff. So, and they said this interesting phrase here, violent and powerful husbands, again in quotation marks. So you just take that part of it, copy and paste. And you come up with 113 and 139. 139 like Freemasonry, so I'll just show you that real quick in case you're new to this. It's in just so many decodes, man. And 139 for Freemasonry. So this whole article is just a Freemasonry sort of. And by the way, I'm just gonna go to a rabbit trail real quick, okay, before I finish this. Technically speaking, okay. Freemasonry, this 59 doubled is 118, so it's summing with the moon, the 8 and the 1 numbers that I talk about all the time. So Freemasons are equating themselves with the generative principle. That's what their G stands for, okay? The generative principle, which is the female principle and the compass creates a circle around that on the Freemason logo. So 59 plus 59 is 118, and 8 and 1 is just the moon. So Freemasons code with the moon, but it doesn't necessarily mean that Freemasons themselves actually plan these rituals. So sometimes it does, you know. There's all kinds of orders. So when we say Freemasonry, we're really talking about the fallen people, probably not your friends that go to the lodge, you know, and are in the first 3 levels. So I don't encourage anybody to do that, because why in the world would you want to keep secrets? Proclaim truth from the mountaintops. If something's true, proclaim it, don't hide it. So that in itself makes it bad, but most Freemasons are not doing this stuff. But somebody that codes like the Freemasons do, with the moon, with sacrifices and that sort of thing, they do these sort of rituals, and they create this sort of propaganda, and they try to drum up war. They're the ones trying to create World War III. And in this case, World War III, that was predicted by Albert Pike, who was indeed a Freemason. So sometimes it's them, sometimes it isn't. Okay, so anyway, back to 113. So violent and powerful husbands, and it sums to 113, and this is the primary thing. If you've ever watched Disney Channel, you know, my kids are already familiar with this, and they have no idea what it means from the level that I understand it. But they've seen 113 on YouTube videos concerning Disney cartoons, and they always ask, well, why is 113 always hidden in so many Disney cartoons? Well, this is why right here, because okay, it's, you know, it's a video, you know, it's fake, it's propaganda, you know, not true. Dang it, I can't spell today. Not true is 113, you know. And of course, if you beat your wife, you know, and you don't live in that country, you're probably going to end up with a divorce. You know, infidelity, all these 113s, you know. So these 113s here, 113, 113, 113, 113, 113, you know, this is just telling you that this phrase isn't true, okay? I think that's pretty obvious, but it was intended and put in quotes because of the gematria, you know, so that you can prove that they're just making this story up. It's interesting that they say that this is all according to Islamic law. And let's just notice something interesting about Islamic law real quick. You ever notice that 39 and 6? Let's go back to Saturn here. Look, Saturn and Islamic law are basically the same. 93 and 39, you know, 69, 69, you know, 21 and 1 and 2. They're the same numbers, 2 and 1 and 2 and a 1, you know, a 9 and a 3, a 9 and a 3, 69, 69. You get it? Because Islamic law is the worship of Saturn. And I've talked plenty of times before about how the symbol of Islam is the crescent moon. Well, the crescent moon is a heavenly body that is in the heavens. And Saturn is a circle, you know, like the moon in heaven, so Saturn represents the divine feminine. The heavens are circles, the heavenly bodies are circles. That's why the number 8, like we were talking about the 118, you know, 8 is 2 circles. It's why they represent infinity, and that's why the heavens are declared infinite. It's why you go to heaven forever. Okay, it's infinite. Well, this is just Saturn's just part of the heavens, it's part of the divine feminine. Okay, in Islamic law, the symbol is the crescent moon, something in the heavenly bodies. Is just the same thing. Okay, so it's not really that hard to understand once you get to understand the whole divine feminine thing and the whole. This is all based in ancient knowledge, and the more you get to understand that ancient knowledge, the more this stuff makes sense. So Fox News, just like they planned well in advance to have Bernie Sanders give a town hall on the same day as the burning of the mosque, they plan stuff like this too. They plan out the propaganda. They know all this stuff's fake. Okay, can you imagine somebody sitting there and actually trying to type out all these words to make them fit? And I understand it came from the Sun, but okay, they do this all the time on their own articles too that they supposedly produce. Although I think it's probably a computer system that's producing all of it pretty much everywhere. Because who's going to sit there and make Qatari and wives, a female lady, feminine Saturn all go together and put punish in quotes, and it's from the Sun, and it matches in 3 ciphers. I mean, who's going to sit there and do that? Violent, powerful husbands in quotes, and it's 113, and it's all going to match. And we're talking about on the 17th day of the year, 117 and 107. It's going to match that crazy name. Who's going to sit there and come up with a name like that just so it can match all that? It's propaganda, folks. It's fake. It's baloney. Okay? So all these articles are fake, and they're contrived like this in order to get a reaction out of you. Because that's how people control you. They control you by getting a reaction out of you. If you sit still and you're unaffected by these things, or if you at least understand what's going on, they don't have the same effect on you. So it's very important to be able to see things for what they truly are. Well, thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe.